Hey guys and girls, here's your Hajime again, and today I'm going to continue Detective Conan and Kindaichi Case Files. Chance encounter of two great detectives. Yeah, guys and girls, we're trapped in this factory, in this coal library factory, and since that, we have to move to the security room again. The culprit of this case is an Asami Kyutaru. Then we should check the crime scene one more time. Hey, since you've come this far, I'm going to ask you to help. Yeah, of course. I'm counting on you. The refrigerator is empty, not even a single drink. What about the freezer? It looks like there's only an ice tray. But this ice tray... There are 3 empty spaces. Wonder if someone used it. Used? The ice? For what? They didn't use it for their drink, right? Since there weren't any. But what could the ice be used for? Ice in security room. There was evidence 3 cubes of ice had been removed from the tray, located in the security room's freezer, but okay. Slight mistake. It warns no smoking inside the factory, in big letters. It also says that bringing cigarettes isn't allowed. They are really specific about it. But they should have also added something about no bombs. Yes, that would have been helpful, but, well, too late, would I say. That's not an invalid point. True that, though. Hey, what's wrong? Why are you staring at the drain? This drain is directly below the light switch. Isn't it a little strange? You want me to check in there? I also thought it was suspicious, but I didn't want to look in a drain, so I didn't say anything. Well, not like I can lift the lid myself. Sheesh, fine. Let's see. What the hell? There's something inside here. A cigarette box with some sort of string wrapped around it. And inside the box, a rock. No, it's coal. There's coal in there. No wonder I thought it felt heavy for cigarettes. But that's not all. The cigarette is cold. It's cold as ice. The drain underneath the light switch. Inside was a cigarette box with coal and a string tied to it. And the cigarette box was cold. What does it mean? Cigarette box. Cigarette box that had fallen into the drain in the security room. String was wrapped around it and coal was stuffed inside. Additionally, when discovered, the box itself was strangely cold. Weird. Because the switch on the electricity panel was turned off, the factory suddenly blacked out. When we came into the security room, the switch was off. I turned on the light myself, so I'm sure of it. Then the problem is, who turned the lights off? It's probably the culprit. But everyone in the factory was away from the security room. It's impossible for anyone there to have turned the lights off. Or is there a way? Is there a way to turn off the lights when not in the room? The lighter on top of the table. Officer Kumada used this for light. But the lighter was left on the table with the lid shut. The reason is... This piece of paper that was at the crime scene. If you don't want to die, say nothing. You shouldn't. This is probably the message the culprit left. But if Asami is the culprit, this message is strange. Asami's goal is revenge, not to hide the truth. Then the real culprit is someone else. I don't know. It seems like it. It seems like it, but I don't think that is really the truth. Don't think that, Conan. Don't think that. I was thinking. Officer Komada had stuck out 3 fingers when we rushed to see him. But what if that was a ploy by the culprit? Shige-san's dying message did M. There was someone who tried to make it look like Asami's crime. Yeah, you can think of it that way. Someone took Officer Komada's hand and forced the M. How deceptive. What's this? What's the matter, Kindaichi-san? Well, up until now we were focusing on Shige-san's left hand, right? Yeah, the dying message and the biggest injury. Those were with his left hand. Well, I was curious about the right hand. Officer Komada's right hand. It's in the shape of a fist. And it looks like Shige-san is holding something. Holding something? Kindaichi-san, what's he holding? I'll check right now. Shige-san, forgive me while I take a look. This is a burnt battery. Why is this here? Shige-san's right hand. It was in a tight grip as if to hide something important. As if to hide something important. If that's the case, then with the burnt battery may be the key to solving this case. Burnt battery. The item Officer Komada was clenching tightly and hiding in his right hand. The battery is now scorched black. Well, I think we're done for now. I'm beginning to see most of it. The method used to kill Shige-san. Yeah. Well, we should sort out all of the information. Let's discuss our deductions. First, the bomb that killed Shige-san. There was something unclear about it. What it looked like and how it exploded. To find out what the bomb was like, we need to review everything we found until now. Let's see, Officer Komada's worst injury was on his left hand. So the moment the bomb exploded, Officer Komada had the bomb in his hand. Before the case, the last time we saw Shige-san, he was holding a lighter. But that lighter had its lid closed. So he must have put it down and grabbed something else. Whatever he was holding exploded. Exploded and took Officer Komada's life. What was it? To find the answer, we need to think. What was the room like when the explosion happened? Yeah, the room at the time looked pitch black. Because of the power failure, the factory went dark. Especially this security room, since there aren't any windows here. It was really dark when we came in. And yet, Shige-san closed the lighter, his only source of light. Which means the thing Shige-san had in his hand was another source of light. Officer Komada picked up something else to serve that purpose. Something more convenient. The clue to what it was is the burnt battery in this hand. The light source was probably a flashlight. A flashlight is better than a lighter, but needs batteries. Back when Inspector Kenmochi came in here. What the hell? This place is even darker. Isn't there a flashlight anywhere? Officer Komada probably thought the same thing when he entered. The desk near the door with a lighter on it. He probably found the flashlight there. Little did he know it belonged to the culprit. Officer Komada found the flashlight inside the dark room and exchanged the lighter for it. It was so dark anyone would have picked up the flashlight if it was right in front of them. If it was right in front of them. But that was part of the culprit's trap. That flashlight was no ordinary flashlight. It contained a bomb. I thought so too, but I don't want to say it. But a bomb in a flashlight? I mean, how can that be? I mean, come on. Oh, even though if I think about it, it can be. But it must be a mini bomb to fit in a flashlight. Or it could, or it was the battery itself being the bomb inside of the flashlight. But let's see what the two detectives Kindaichi and Conan say. It was set to explode when turned on. He didn't know so when he did so. I know what it could be. The battery was connected, was inside the flashlight. And the battery was the bomb connected to this light, to the switch of the flashlight. And if the switch was turned on, the bomb exploded. And yeah, it could be that way. The bomb detonated. That's the bomb that killed Officer Komada. This is the key. Flashlight. It's believed that the officer that killed Officer Komada was... it's believed that the bomb that killed Officer Komada was in the flashlight. But there's still a problem. Right before the explosion, the lights in the factory went out. That drew Officer Komada to the security room, right? We were all away from here then. Under these circumstances, who turned off the lights and how? The answer to that trick should already be apparent. The light switch wasn't turned off by human hand. The culprit had something else in mind for that. They relied on a weight, a string and a support, and... the drain! Let's see how the culprit used it. First is support. It is needed to jam the gap in the drain. After putting the jamming support in place, you arrange a weight, and then take a string and run it over the light switch. You then securely attach it to the weight. But with the support, the weight won't fall into the drain. Yet, the weight is enough to pull on the switch. But that's not completely automatic. Someone has to move the support later. The culprit thought of a way to make the support move. By using something that something is. The hint is temperature. It began in one state but turned to another. The support and weight, they were... I think the culprit used these two things to create the device. Keyword mixing. To make the light switch fall on its own, they used... cigarette box? Oh, ice and security room. Yes! A trick to kill the switch. By using ice as a jammer and adding a cigarette box with the weight inside, it became a trick to kill the lights automatically when the ice melted. If you use these things, it becomes possible to kill the switch. The cigarette box found inside the drain, a piece of coal in the carton that acted as the weight, ice cubes from the tray. This was the support. You thought so too. Yeah, the culprit used these to create the device. They first tied the string to the light switch, and then tied the other to the cigarette box. The other thing prepared were the ice cubes in the tray. He placed ice cubes over the drain's crevice and let the ice act as support. And on it, the cigarette box was left on top. After the ice melted, the weight would make it fall into the drain. Naturally, the light switch also falls with it. That's why the cigarette box was cold. Plus, with the switch falling, the string would slip down the downward slope, fall from the switch and then right into the drain. But the culprit made such an elaborate setup. The culprit probably wanted to show everyone that when it happened, they wouldn't be anywhere near the room. If the lights went off while the culprit was away, they thought they could get away with it. The culprit must be one of them, one of the islanders from Twilight Island, who were there with us. My goodness, weird sentence. And the things that we were used for this trick, coal and ice, they're both from inside the factory. The culprit used things here to create the trick. Therefore, we can conclude the culprit stuck here too. It looks like you and I think exactly the same way. What is it, Kindaichi-san? Why are you staring at me? No, it's nothing. The problem is, what do we do now? How do we catch the culprit? I have an idea. An idea? We're gonna have the culprit admit their crime. They're going to admit their crime? Why would they do that? Haha, just leave it to me. Alrighty, let's go talk to everyone. Move. What's wrong, Uncle? You don't look so good. Why would I look good? We're trapped in here. The weird ones are those in good spirits. That might be true. Hahaha. Well, you're really something. Jeez. Probably not a good idea to mention the bomb right now. He would probably overreact. Listen. First Kimochi. If Inspector Kimochi heard about the bomb below, he'd lose it. I probably shouldn't tell him. Okie dokie, then let's go to Sanae. Or better, first Kindaichi. How are you going to make the culprit admit their crime? Well, just wait and see. Everybody, may I have your attention, please? What? What's going on? I have an announcement to make. An announcement? What? I saw a poster in the security room. It said no smoking inside the factory. It seems smoking is prohibited in here, so please be careful. Bringing cigarettes in here isn't permitted either. What the hell? That's it? I don't even smoke. Same. I guess I don't have to worry since I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke either. Neither do I. Believe it or not, I've never smoked before. It looks like no one here smokes. Guess that's not a concert. Kindaichi, did you really have to make an announcement for that? Haha, well, you know, safety first. Kindaichi, I know where you're going with this. That thing used in the trick. The culprit probably brought it here. It's hard to believe it was here the whole time. Yes, the thing the culprit brought to the factory is... the cigarette box. You can't normally bring cigarettes in here. Therefore, the culprit must have had the cigarette box on them. Thus, we can assume the culprit smokes. Hey, you already know? Right. You already know, right? The liar in this group. Yeah, it was obvious after listening to them. Then, let's talk to them one more time and combine our thoughts to solve this case. Agreed, let's do it. Hey, Sanae-san, do you remember when the lights went out? Yes, I remember, very clearly. Really remind us what was going on at that time? At that time, Shige-san was explaining the tragedy of 25 years ago to Kenmochi-san. Soon after, everyone was ordered to gather here. Everyone from Twilight Island, that is. It was right when Shige-san began telling his story. That the lights went out, it was so sudden, I was shocked. I see. Thank you very much. As for the rest of Shige-san's story, I'd like to finish it. But I'm scared. That sight is embedded in my mind. The sight of Shige-san wounded and dying. I'm sure that if I told the story, I too would end up like that. It looks like this is a hard request. Oh well, it can't be helped. They all saw what happened after all. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Sanae-san isn't it. What Officer Kumara? If only I had stopped him. If I had stopped Shige from going into that room. Damn it. It's not your fault. And even if you had tried to stop him, he still would have gone. After all, he had such a strong sense of justice. Yeah, I guess. But I still can't believe Shige died. The culprit is Asami, right? That serial bomber. The M he left behind pointed to the culprit Mitsui, right? I will never forgive him. It's pathetic, but I'm scared. But I'm scared witless. That should I talk. I might be next. Sorry, I just can't talk about it. They're completely scared. I don't think they can ask more. Yeah. Oh well, we can ask about it after this case is solved. Keitaru. Weren't you the one who told the officer the panel was in there? Yeah, that was me. I had gone in there before and saw the electricity breaker then. When was that? When we were all brought to this factory. I saw it when I was wandering around. Did you go in there after that? No, that was the last time I went into the security room. I see. Thank you. We appreciate you sharing this information. Sorry, I can't tell you about it. I can't talk about that time. They're completely scared. I don't think I can ask more. Yeah. Oh well, we can ask about it after this case is solved. Same old. Okay, next one. The last ones left, Tetsuya and Chi. I don't think it's Kenmochi after all. About the lighter that the officer took to the security room. That was yours, right, Doctor? Yes, that was mine. Did that room explode because the flame touched the bomb? No, that's not it. Shige-san put the lighter down and picked up something else. Right when he used the other thing, the bomb exploded. So the lighter wasn't related to the explosion. It exploded when he switched to the other lighter. On the other lighter. When he switched on the other light, huh? Does that mean the bomb was inside it? In any case, he could have just used the lighter flame. Damn it, why did he try to use something else? You can't blame him, that room was pitch black. But it saddens me to have a friend die in front of my eyes. Yes, I'm sure. Please stop. Don't try to make me talk about it. My patients on the island are waiting for my return. They're afraid. I can't ask anymore. Yeah. Oh well, we can ask about it after this case is solved. Same old, same old. Okay, oh well. Last one. Chi. Say, did you know there was a refrigerator in the security room? Refrigerator? Really? I didn't notice when I looked around the factory. There was also some ice taken out of the freezer. It was most likely used by the culprit. The culprit used ice to freeze something, or were they thirsty? But if it was thirst, a drink would have sufficed. Sounds complicated. We were able to talk to everyone and obtained vital information for weeding out the culprit. Just as I thought, the culprit stepped out. You didn't miss it, did you? Of course not. So, you also know now who killed Shiki-san and how they did it? Yeah, I've got it. The method used in this case and the culprit's identity. We know it too. Looks like everything is in place. The scattered pieces of the puzzle have been assembled. This incomprehensible murder case, the answer to it, is near. The question mark icon on the menu has changed to stun gun wristwatch. By selecting the stun gun wristwatch, the deduction will begin. If you still need information, continue investigating. Nope, no information needed. We're going in. There's only one truth. I see the full picture of the case clearly. Now to set the stage. Well then, I'll just use the stun gun wristwatch and... What's wrong? Why are you playing with your watch? What? No reason. There's no time to play around. With the mystery solved, we gotta get the culprit together. Together, huh? Yeah, there's no use putting him to sleep. Alright, let's find the culprit. About flowcharts, blah 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 blah. I don't need this explanation anymore. Thank you. Okay, this is the chart. Okay, first, innkeeper. Okay, the innkeeper, the landlady of the inn that Conan was staying at. It's Sanae. The janitor is Daisuke. The priest is Keitaru. The librarian. The librarian is Chi. The doctor is Tetsuya. The Twilight Mayor, Hyuki. Someone from Twilight who was trapped inside the factory. Toba Misa's twin sister is Miyu. Toba Miyu. Who trapped Conan and Deuce from Twilight in the factory? I would say Kyutaru. The weapon. The culprit used to murder Officer Kumada. The flashlight. The murderer is a mongoose from Twilight in the factory. Who is the murderer? Ooh. Who was it again? I think it was Keitaru. innkeeper, janitor, priest, librarian, doctor, Mayor Hyuki, Twilight Mayor, Miyu, Kyutaru, flashlight. Keitaru, isn't it? Officer Komada's murderer is among those from Twilight Island in that factory. Who is he? Then it's Tane, isn't it? Daisuke, Keitaru, Daisuke. Heh? Wait a second. But those two? Wait a sec. No. Keitaru was in my... what I have seen as the murderer, and Tetsuya. I knew it. Keitaru Keitaru and Tetsuya I had in my mind as culprits, and last one was right. If you want to blah 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 blah. No. It's okay. The culprit is Kubo Tetsuya, the one who calls himself a doctor. Okay, I'll call for him. I think I'll also take care of something with Uncle. Take care of something? Just to be safe, you'll see later. See ya! Officer Komada, we'll catch the one who murdered you soon. Just wait a little. Sorry to make you wait. I brought him. What in the world could it be? Why did you call me here? We have something to tell you, Kubo Tetsuya. Something to tell me? We found out who killed Officer Komada. But we already know it's the serial bomber Asami Kyutaru. Yeah, we thought so at first, but we were wrong. Then who is it? Who did this? Sure, we'll tell you who the culprit is. The one who set up the bomb in the security room and killed Officer Komada with it was... you! Kubo Tetsuya! Don't be ridiculous! How could I be the culprit? No, we're pretty sure. This is the truth we've uncovered. What truth? Just two children playing games. Hey, he may be a kid, but I'm not. Well, as far as for whether we're playing or not. Why don't you decide after hearing what we have to say? If you have no reason to feel guilty, at least hear us out. Fine, let's hear. Your playtime nonsense. Bam! Let's go! Let's have you explain. Why you think Asami Kyutaru didn't kill Shige-san? The weapon for the case was a bomb, and Shige-san held out 3 fingers to make an M. The dying message showed Asami's real name Mitsui, right? Yeah, that seemed like a possibility at first, but that was a trap deployed by the culprit. The M found with his fingers wasn't done by him. Someone else forced his hand into that position. What? Try to remember what happened. Who was holding the officer's hand? Who was it again? Yeah, it was the doctor. Shige-san, come on! Shige-san! 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 What? What? You have something to say? M. What about it? The M was forced by you, Doctor, in order to make it seem like Asami or Mitsui had done it. Shige-san raised his hand to point to you. You not only formed the M, but also suggested it aloud. Aren't we right? It's true that I was holding onto Shige-san's hand at the time. But to be called the culprit just based on that. That's absurd. Don't rush us. We have plenty more proof that we are the culprit. Okay then, let me hear it. How do you suppose I killed Shige-san? Are you implying I used the remote to set the bomb? Then you can check, because you'll never find one. He's getting nervous. Search anywhere you like, I don't have a detonator. You're right, we probably won't find a detonator. Because you weren't the one to trigger the bomb. Yes, right, it was Asami who did so. No, it wasn't Asami who set the bomb off. Kubo-san, no. It's true that according to introduction he's the one who killed Officer Kumara. But he's not the one who made the bomb explode. It was either Kumara or Asami. The one who set the bomb off was neither you nor Asami. The one who set the bomb off was Officer Kumara. What are you trying to say? There's no use playing dumb. You already know. All about the trick involving the bomb that killed him. I don't know. What are you talking about? That's weird. Because you said so yourself. It exploded when he switched on the other light, huh? Does that mean the bomb was inside it? In any case, he could have just used the lighter flame. Damn it, why did he try to use something else? If you didn't already know what the bomb was in, there's a discrepancy in your earlier statement. Testimony inspect. The statement contradicted not knowing what the bomb was. No, it's wrong. Huh? That's wrong either? Oh shit. Haha! At the time, Kindaichi-san had only said the officer swapped the lighter for something else. We only suggested it was another source of light yet. How did you know it had a switch? BAM! Ah! I see, you saw the battery in his right hand, right? That's why you thought it had a switch due to the battery? Yeah, that's it. I probably thought that because I saw the battery. That's odd. Because there was no way you could have seen it. What? Why? How can you say that? How can we say that? That's because, just like Kindaichi said, at the time there was no way he could have seen the battery. The reason Kubo-san was not able to see the battery was... Shige-san's right hand was in a fist, with the battery inside. Until I loosened his grip, there was no way you could see it. Or are you telling me you were able to see? Through his hand? Not. Why don't you just admit it? You knew, right? That the bomb that killed Shige-san was from a flashlight. Then what? Before the explosion, I was in the security room. I thought the flashlight looked suspicious then. Oh, so you just happened to see the flashlight? Yeah, I just happened to find it suspicious. Then why was it you turned off this off the light switch? Was that just a coincidence? Are you accusing me of turning off the factory's lights? Of course. You used the cigarette box as a weight and set it up so that the lights would go off automatically. You used the ice as support once it melted. The weight on top fell into the drain and pulled the switch down. After it fell, the evidence would be lost on the drain, to the drain. That was the trick. But we found it. We found the cigarette box with the coal inside the drain. This piece of evidence gave us further proof. To use the cigarette box in such a contraption, the culprit had to be a smoker. Just because a cigarette box was used in the trick doesn't mean the culprit was a smoker. The cigarettes may have originally been in there already. No, that's not possible, as we learned from a rather large warning poster in the security room. It's strictly enforced, no smoking and no bringing in cigarettes. The odds of a worker smuggling them is very low. If you think of it like that, it's more natural to assume the culprit brought them here. Wait! You're trying to proceed assuming that I'm a smoker? But I told you earlier, I don't smoke! And not just me! Everyone said that they don't smoke. According to your deductions, does that mean that the culprit isn't among us? No, that's not true. Someone is simply lying. Lying, you say? I'm talking about you, Doctor. In fact, you actually do smoke, don't you? I just said I don't smoke. Why do you insist I smoke? I won't forgive you, even children. We have proof. You brought along something else. How we know Kubutsu Tetsuya smokes, it's because of the lighter. Wasn't it you, Doctor, who handed the officer a lighter? What? Then you should take my lighter with you. The security room has no windows, so it should be quite dark now. Thanks, I'll go take a look. Everyone else, please wait here. The reason you handed Shige-san the lighter was because you wanted Shige-san to discover the flashlight. The flashlight that had the bomb inside. You were just unlucky that the security room was too dark. That's why you had no choice but to give him the lighter. With that, there was no way he would miss the flashlight. And the lighter's unstable lighting was perfect for suggesting the switch to something better. Isn't that so? Rums. So, why did you have the lighter? Isn't it weird to carry around a lighter when you don't even smoke? Actually, I collect them as a hobby. Even though I don't smoke, I really like antique oil lighters. I carry it around with me wherever I go. You're really bad at giving up. Well, it was something I expected. Hey, Uncle! What's wrong, Kindaichi? Calling me in such a loud voice. So, did you find what you were looking for? Like you suggested, we split up into groups and looked, but it was nowhere in the factory. A plain cigarette, no, not in its box. It's fine, Uncle, even if you didn't find it. It turns out I was right. What? You made us look for something you don't need? Why? It seems you finally noticed what we sent Uncle for and why. I see, that was what you wanted to Inspector Kamuji to find. The culprit used his own cigarette box that he brought for this trick. So you're citing what happened to the cigarettes, right? His only choice is to throw them away or hide them. But it's pretty risky to discard them in this situation. If they were found in a place where cigarettes aren't allowed, someone would immediately get suspicious, right? There's also the fear of it being discovered a cigarette box was used, even though we figured it out without that kind of hit. And sure enough, the cigarettes weren't found in the factory. So, you must still have them with you. The former contents of the cigarette box. Oh, now I'm curious to see if it's really true. It seems we've hit the jackpot. Shit! But the story isn't over. Yeah, we're not done talking about your motive. It has to do with your identity. Stop! Stop now! The officer was trying to tell us the truth. The culprit had to be someone who'd benefit from stopping that. Could it be that person? Someone who would rather not have the truth be known. It's... Remember what the officer said. That means you know, officer? Mayor Hiyuki's identity? Yeah, I know. Mayor Hiyuki is in here. Mayor Hiyuki must have felt uneasy. The truth of it all would have also revealed his identity. Right, the one who'd benefit most from Shige-san's death is Mayor Hiyuki. Meaning the doctor who killed Officer Kumada is Mayor Hiyuki. No, If you're not Mayor Hiyuki, then what was your motive? And who is Mayor Hiyuki? Can you answer that? You were afraid of the truth getting out, so you killed Shige-san. In order to keep everyone else quiet, you left that message. If you don't want to die, say nothing. You shouldn't. Please, give up. Please, give up. If you can't say it, I'll say it for you. Sanai-san. You're right. This person is not the doctor. His name is not Kubo Tetsuya. That's an alias to hide his identity. This person's identity is Twilight Island's mayor, Hiyuki Ryuichi. Shit! Yuki Ryuichi, mayor of Twilight Island. Real name Yuki Ryuichi. Once in charge of the Twin Islands, mines and ringleader behind the tragedy 25 years ago. Pretended to be Kubo Tetsuya, but was caught. Keywords Mayor Hyuki and Kubo Tetsuya are now Hyuki Ryuichi. How terrible, we were completely manipulated by you, to keep quiet for your own sake. I won't forgive you, I will never forgive you. Just for your own protection. How dare you take Shige-san's life? Hey Sanai-san, that's enough. I understand your anger, but there's something else we have to do. Something else to do? We have to escape from here, right, Kindaichi-san? Yeah, we have to fight this situation at once. Underneath this factory, there's a giant bomb. A bomb? Asami plans to blow up this factory with us inside and kill us all. If we don't hurry, we're done. That's how it is. If you know, we need you to tell us. Mayor Hyuki, are there any hidden exits to this place? So, the doctor was the mayor of Twilight Island. Tell us, isn't there an exit only you know about? If I told you, I would be admitting that I'm Mayor Hyuki, right? Too late, we already know. Now is not the time. Yeah, if you don't hurry, the bomb below is going to blow. And we'll be taken out along with the factory. Tell us, you know, right? You manage both mines on both islands. You have to know. Mayor Hyuki. I get it, I'll tell you. You know then, of a hidden exit here? Yeah, I know. The factory. Better than anyone. What we hear from you, son, was true. Let's ask the mayor about the secret exit. And then get out of here. Tell us about the secret exit. Where is it? There's an emergency exit in the back, hidden by material. The person who trapped us inside doesn't know of the exit. I checked it earlier. It wasn't locked. You checked? Don't tell me. You were planning on escaping by yourself. You were going to trap us in here. You despicable. Wait, Sanae-san. There's no time to argue. Our priority is to escape from here. Yeah, I know. Then I'll get the others. Oh yeah, Miu. Miu is still down there. There's something down there. There's someone down there? Leave it to me. You guys go ahead. Okay, Inspector Kimoji, we're counting on you. And thus we were led by Mayor Hyuki through the emergency exit in the back. We moved the materials that blocked the way, and when we opened it, the rusted door barely large enough for an adult. The light that poured in came as an insurmountable relief. Alright, guys and girls, this was pretty huge. And with that I say, see you in the next part video, whatever you called. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below in the comment section, ring the notification bell, and we see you next time how this whole situation continues. If Asami is really in the really still close by, or already somewhere else. With that I say, see ya, your Agent Nader. Bye!